There's an uncomfortable and very inconvenient and un-Instagrammable truth. And it may be one that you don't want to hear. Let me ask you something that, if you're the kind of person who's honest, should rattle your sense of reality just a little bit. Who has actually been running your life? It's not you. Every reaction you've had since childhood was pre-coded by ghosts. And what I'm saying here isn't a bunch of philosophy. This is neuroscience. The part of your brain that's like the 911 operator is called the amygdala. When it senses a threat, it does not call you. And it floods your bloodstream with cortisol. And it pulls these preloaded bullshit scripts from childhood trauma and ancestral memory. You have a panic attack? That is not modern day, today's stress in the moment. That's your mother's anxious attachment style. That's your father's frozen, contained rage. It's your great-grandmother's fear of exile and shame. It's the 6-year-old version of you, the one that learned love or attention had to be earned, that silence meant safety. It's the one that learned that approval was a currency that you needed to earn to survive. You have to shrink to make other people more comfortable. This isn't you. It is ghosts, and they're running this frickin' show. All of this is not optimizing you for any kind of greatness. You're the child still trying not to be abandoned. You're still auditioning for love. I've worked with Fortune 100 CEOs making billion-dollar decisions from a wounded psyche of a bullied third grader. So nothing of what I'm saying, nothing is theoretical. This is neurological reality. I don't care what the guy with the sweater vest and the legal pad who told you to lay down on a couch said. That is inherited hypervigilance from generations that survived a ton of serious wear. War, exile, abandonment, and rejection. And I think there's a lot of people out there, maybe some of you, trying to, quote, live your truth while you're still obeying ancient survival scripts. And unless you intervene, your system is going to keep writing the same, I'm trying not to curse, the same effed up story. So your final rebellion against this is that you choose authorship over obedience. And you understand that you are not your triggers. And you are not some ghost-written biography that people like to talk about all the time. Every role that you play was assigned before you had a choice. The audience that they're performing for is gone. The director of the movie is dead. And you're still at the center of that stage, bleeding for applause that's never coming. It is time to stop performing someone else's tragedy, including your childhood self. That is not you anymore. That's someone else. Not even one cell of your body is the same as that little girl or that little boy. But let's talk about reclaiming your authorship, becoming an author of your life. The first thing that I will tell you is awareness is a weapon. Do not trust your first emotion. You have to question it and trace it back to the signal. The next one is insert the pause. So between the trigger and the reaction, that's where your sovereignty lives. In between those two things. And you have to understand that my sovereignty resides in this moment between a trigger and a reaction. The next thing is rewrite expectancy. Your brain prepares for what it predicts. So if you change your forecast, you change your future. And finally, use the fate model that focus, authority, tribe, and emotion. These are all 4 of your hijack points, and you have to reclaim those. Ask yourself in real time, in the moment, who does this reaction belong to? Whose ghost script is this coming from? whose rules am I still obeying without realizing it? It's instantly going to help you understand that all of your reactions don't necessarily belong to you. It's not a performance. It's not how to walk into a room and have the posture of confident people. That is bullshit. And it's also not peak state, like you see in all these TikTok that pretend to have all these answers. It is a surgical rebellion against your inherited limitations, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be uncomfortable. And I don't think you want this because you want more power, and it's definitely not to feel good. It's to get free. It's to become free. And we all carry a memory that's not logical. We carry biological and cellular memory. And if there's a chance that I did my job right, then something inside of you didn't just hear what I said tonight, you felt it. And it's not, I promise you, it's not because what I was speaking was the truth. It's because my words shook something awake inside of you that was there already. You did not learn this. You remembered what I said. And if you felt one of those little flinches, that was a recognition. There's a frickin' part of you right now that's been screaming from underneath a mask, and it just sat up a little bit. And I think most people are going to live never knowing that there is a massive difference between something that is true and the truth itself. Because we're not learning truth. Truth is something we remember. You have a choice. You burn that lie to the ground, or you spend the rest of your life decorating a cage. And forever, stop using the word me to define a bunch of ghosts. Just let them be ghosts and take the effing wheel back in your life. It's yours.